The public's response to this whole thing was very complicated. In many ways, Moninder became the main villain of the story, not Surinder, who actually confessed to these crimes, but the homeowner. In the media, he was portrayed a lot worse. He was portrayed as a wealthy, sex-addicted drunk whose family was broken, whose marriage was in shambles, and the media ran with the story too. Headlines started calling his house the House of Horrors, and he quickly became the face of this entire case. Now, part of this probably had to do with the difference between the two men, because Surinder came from poverty, like most of the victims' families. Moninder, on the other hand, was rich, he was educated, he was connected, he lived this life of luxury. So for a lot of people, it felt like yet again another example of a powerful man getting away with everything while somebody else took the fall. Meanwhile, Moninder's family had a very different take. His son publicly defended him, calling the accusations against his father a smear campaign. He described his father as a kind, generous man who had taken care of relatives, loved ones, that he loved his family deeply, that he couldn't possibly be capable of such heinous crimes. He also denied the reports that his parents' marriage was strained. He said he and his mother lived in a different city the majority of the time, yes, but they visited the Noida house regularly. And he said, quote, "If something fishy had been going on, we would have noticed."
An innocent man should die, then fine. If that's what gives everyone pleasure, an innocent man being hanged to death, so be it.
But the public was not convinced. The victims' families still believed that Moninder had played a major role in this. Maybe Surinder had, yes, been the one who committed all these murders, but they believed that Moninder was the mastermind behind all of it. And then another name came up in connection with the house. A maid who had worked there for many, many years named Maya. Now, at first, she didn't seem central to the investigation. She cooked, cleaned, and worked in the house alongside Surinder. But then people started wondering, okay, well, how could she have worked in that house for so long and not noticed anything? She was in the house every day, after all. But when the police eventually interviewed her, she said she saw nothing, heard nothing. No blood, no screams, no strange smells, nothing unusual. But the investigators were not convinced. So they kept bringing Maya in for questioning. And sure enough, her story kept changing. At one point, she claimed she knew nothing, right? Heard nothing, saw something, had no indication that anything strange was going on. But then later, she said that Surinder had asked her to help lure women and children inside the house. She insisted that she had absolutely no idea why he asked her to do it, but she did it because she was just following his orders. So in an effort to figure out what the truth was, what wasn't the truth, Maya underwent a lie detector test. However, the results were inconclusive. It didn't clear her name, but it also didn't directly implicate her either. She stuck to her claim that she had never seen anything suspicious. Police weren't really sure what to believe. On one hand, she really may not have known what was going on. She was only at the house for certain times throughout the day. But on the other hand, the house wasn't that big. And again, remains were found everywhere. But because the police couldn't determine whether Maya was involved or not, she was let go, and she was never charged with anything.